Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Giggles.
What's up?
And as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Fucking Giggles.
Giggles. Look at you giggling over there.
That was a stupid name. I hate you.
Sound like a Care Bear.
Fucking
Or a dwarf from Snow White.
Yep.
Giggle. A dwarf? Well, look at you. You're giggling over it.
What's the Toy Story 3 clown? Was it Giggles or is it Chuckles?
Chuckles.
He's like just fucking just rainy clouds.
Yeah, he looks all
Depressed.
sad. Chuckles.
You named Giggles
Great.
the most vulgar person on the cast.
Chuckles is cousin with a bigger chest. That's you.
Giggles.
I'll take that.
You'll take it?
I'll take it.
Even though your chest has gotten smaller?
Shut up. Like, does the audience need to know that though? I'm
Well, they do
confused.
now.
Why does everybody need to know
It's
that?
gotten incredibly bigger. Do you want to lie to the audience? There you go.
Well, now they know you're fucking whatever.
Yeah, how you guys been?
All right. I came straight from work here, so
Okay.
Pretty nice. There was no PB Fit fries, so you're gonna have to probably burn it down later.
Oh, wow. In Minecraft.
Joke. It was a joke. Love that.
Yeah. I got Ellie sushi today.
sushi again.
Well, she asked, I was like, what do you want to eat? She's like, sushi. I was like,
She had sushi yesterday
oh,
too.
really? I didn't know
For
that.
lunch and dinner.
There's nothing wrong with having sushi again.
So then I took her to the store. And then I was jamming out to Elvis in the car,
Mm.
naturally.
Nice.
Of course.
And
This one does.
and she says, this is from Lilo and Stitch. I was like, how right
Burn
you
'em.
are. It was actually a Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, wow.
What
So-
episode in Stitch? What episode was that in? Do you remember?
Episode?
Yeah, Lilo and
It's a
Stitch.
movie. Probably in the first one. I don't remember. I don't remember that specific one in there, but I know she watched it recently.
This is the one on the beach when he's like dressed up as Elvis and he's
Might be that
doing
one.
the thing.
Because the song sounds very familiar to me, so I'm sure I recognize it from Lilo and Stitch.
Cool. So she ate sushi 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was great. We're on a little adventure.
Get her omega 3s in.
I told my mom, I was like, hey, I'm going to take Ellie to the store. She's like, okay, is she dressed? I'm like, as dressed as I am.
Gray t-shirt and
Just
basketball shorts.
Shirt, shorts, and Crocs.
Nice.
Grocery store casual, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, so speaking of that, Jacob, let's jailhouse rock this. Creamy peanut butter. Okay, we're back.
What?
All right. I don't know. Ever since you've been talking about your peanut butter stuff, that's what's been going through my head. Really quick, just want to give an update about this whole Spotify thing, because if another person asks me where is the episode on Spotify, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna have a psychotic break.
Okay.
We are currently changing our podcast host, which is what is used to upload our podcast to all these different platforms. So we're currently changing that. I already got the email confirmation from Spotify that the podcast will be uploaded on there. It just might take a couple days. So we are working on that. If it is not available on Spotify, then listen to it on YouTube. I
Suffer.
listen to it on YouTube until Spotify kinks get all ironed out,
Develop.
developed. Yeah. Anyways, that's the Spotify update. And yeah, we bear with us some technical difficulties. I'm not tech savvy like Gavan. Just kidding. Gavin's not tech savvy either.
Sad.
Gavin
Not
sucks.
Tech savvy at all.
And then our new podcast, the Old Fashioned Podcast, is coming out here in a few weeks. And we've already recorded our first episode. So that's in post-production. And this one will be on video. Can't stress that enough. So
Wow.
be sure to go follow the Old Fashioned Pod on Instagram to get any updates for that, as well as our other Instagrams, OEF Studios and OEF White Noise. So it's been great.
Exciting
Speaking of
stuff.
OEF, Fitz got a haircut.
Whoa.
And he looks great as ever.
No more
if you-
no more raggy dog.
Yeah, no more
Shaggy.
me giving him haircuts and him looking like he just got in a fight. But yeah, if you want to look at Fitz, go to OEF Studios and look at him.
Look at that. You should just do a whole like bomb of just Fitz
Whole
pictures.
bomb of Fitz
And then
pictures.
at the end, show the picture with his eye hanging out.
The Instagram I had for Fitz is still up. People can still find it. So that's where all the old Fitz pictures are.
Let's do
So-
Fitz versus Kylo, round 3.
Round 3.
Best
Whoa.
2 out of 3.
That's 2 out of 3.
They both have one round one. So it's
Exactly.
like,
Kylo has more rounds one.
Does she?
Yeah. Like my screaming in the middle of the night. Remember that story?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was another dub for Kylo.
His nose was cut open, and every time he breathed, it would like spray blood.
Ugh.
Poor
It's
guy.
okay. They're all homies now. They're all good.
They're homies now.
It happens.
They just have their own space in the house.
Every now and then, you just gotta beat the shit out of your friend, almost to the point where you kill them. But sometimes it happens.
Every
you know?
now and then.
Every now and then.
I can see that.
Doesn't happen all the time.
I agree with that.
Just a few times, you just gotta, beat the fuck out of them.
All right.
Naturally.
Naturally. Am I sensing tension here, Gavin?
Nope.
All right. Well, so I think at the time that this comes out, Thor: Love and Thunder will be in theaters.
Let's go.
So currently, right now, it is sitting at a critic score on Rotten Tomatoes of 70%, making it one of the lowest MCU movies on Rotten Tomatoes based off critic scores.
Lower than Dark World?
One of the lowest, not the lowest.
Okay.
So I will read the lowest one is 47% Eternals.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Oh my
which
God.
I didn't think it was that
I was
bad.
gonna say, I didn't think it was that. I didn't like it at all, but I didn't think it was the worst.
I didn't like it at all.
Well, I mean, I liked it better than Dark World.
Okay,
So.
Dark World's at 66%,
Holy shit.
which is too high.
way
That is
better
way
It
too
is
high.
way too high.
What a gap.
Hulk is 67%
Understandable. That movie
for
sucked.
the Incredible Hulk. Iron Man 2 is 72.
Criminal.
So that means
Criminal.
that
Criminal.
that Thor: Love and Thunder would be right between Iron Man 2 and the Incredible Hulk.
They didn't like Mickey Rourke or what?
The Iron Man sequels aren't
They're
As
good.
they're not as good
They're
as
not
the first
as good,
one.
but they're good.
I'd
I'd rather watch Iron Man 2 than any of the Captain Americas. Any of the Thor. Well, I like Thor 1. I'll admit.
any of the even Civil War. You watch Iron Man
Captain
2
America.
over Civil War.
I like Captain America more than any of the other fucking MCU characters. So, and MCU, it introduced Spider-Man, so absolutely I would.
You mean Iron Man?
Spider-Man?
You said you
What?
like Captain America more than any of the other
Oh,
MCU
my bad.
characters.
I totally did not mean that part. I meant to say Iron Man. And yes,
And he's in that one. so-
spoiler alert, the ending of Captain America pissed me off. Movie fucking sucks.
So you'd rather watch Iron Man 2?
I'd rather watch Eternals.
Oh my god.
Fuck that movie.
Which one? What movie are you raging
He's
at?
talking about Captain America Civil War.
Civil War? Okay.
Fuck that movie. Fuck that guy, dude.
He hates Captain America.
God.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Where does Iron Man sit in this list? Let's just go. Let's just go up from where you were at.
From where I was at.
Yeah, you were at Iron Man 2, I think.
Okay, cool. I will. So after Iron Man 2, it's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So the most recent one at a 74%. Avengers Age of Ultron at 76. The first Thor at 77. Captain America, the First Avenger at 79. Then Iron Man 3 at 79. So they're
Let's
tied.
go.
Black Widow at 79. Captain Marvel at 79.
Pause. Hold on. Wait a minute. I definitely don't think Black Widow and Captain Marvel were anywhere on fucking the first Captain America or Iron Man 3.
Uh-huh.
Those movies should have been down there with like, well, I'll give Black Widow like a 70. But I feel like Captain Marvel should have been like maybe a little bit above Hulk.
Okay.
Maybe like right before Doctor Strange.
So this list is
Biased.
unreliable.
It is extremely
So
unreliable.
the fact that Thor: Love and Thunder is at 70%.
The fact that the top three aren't Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
You're
That's
so
the problem.
annoying. This list is biased. It should be like this.
But keep going.
But keep going. Ant-Man sits at 83%.
That was a funny movie.
That seems fair.
That was a good movie.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is at 85.
I didn't like that one.
Here's the thing with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is I felt like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 did such a great job like with the well-balanced comedy, and it was great. And then on Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I felt like they tried too hard to recreate that energy from the first one.
True. I did like
But
Baby
I
Groot, though.
enjoyed it. Like, it's not like I hated the movie.
Baby Groot was funny.
It's also sad. Avengers Infinity War, which I think this is kind of low, 85% for Infinity War. I think it's one of the best MCU movies.
Infinity War. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
best one.
I'd say it's the best Avengers, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's at an 85. Ant-Man and the Wasp is at 87.
Nope.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is above Infinity War. That's how you know this list.
Man in the Wasp.
It's above a
That's
lot.
the one with
the
Ghost.
The girl who's like
Ghost.
tripping out of reality or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one with the villain in it for like 10 minutes and then never in any other movie ever again.
Doctor Strange is at 89%.
Don't really remember that one.
I like Doctor Strange. I feel like it's a little high, but it's fair.
It's got Mads Mikkelsen in it.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier is at 90%.
Cringe.
I feel like that's deserved.
Cringe.
It's one of the better ones too. Captain America Civil War is also at 90%.
Cringe.
Spider-Man Far From Home is at 90%. That should be
Wait,
lower.
I was gonna say we haven't gotten to any of the Spider-Mans. Where
Spider-Man
the fuck?
Far From Home should be much lower.
Oh God.
Far From Home.
Far
is
From
90?
Home is at 90%.
That's like a perfect fucking film. That's right up there with Last Jedi. Shit. Oh my God. Oscar worthy.
Shang-Chi is at 91%, which I enjoyed Shang-Chi.
I like that one.
It was very refreshing and different from anything else in the MCU.
Mhm.
They had a cool
I
fight
still
scenes.
think it might be a little too high, but
I'd give Shang-Chi like an 85.
yeah, so just a little
85.
high. The first Avengers movie is 91%. I think that's pretty fair too.
Iconic.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is at 92. Spider-Man Homecoming's at 92.
Way too high.
Way too high.
Way too high. Spider-Man No Way Home is at 93, which is also way too high. Man,
The fact that all three Spider-Men.
the fact that
What?
I love Spider-Man. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And I still think these are way too high.
Boo.
Boo.
Are these critic scores?
These are critic scores.
Okay. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Well, I think the fan score for No Way Home is going to be ridiculous high, too. I can go check it
From No Way Home.
for No Way Home. Thor Ragnarok is also at 93.
That was a good one.
Eh.
Iron Man's at 94.
Good one.
And there's two more above the first Iron Man
You're
movie.
fucking high. You're telling me Black Panther was better than Iron Man 1?
Black Panther is the highest scored
Get the
critic score on
fuck
Rotten Tomatoes.
Out of here.
96%.
No.
Endgame is number 2 at 94%.
Black Panther was a fine movie. I'd put it above most of the other MCU movies. Endgame had a great last 30 minutes, but in my opinion, everything else sucked. Maybe sucked is a harsh term. I'd say it was unfavorable.
I think Infinity War should be at the top.
Infinity War was good all the way through, but like I said, Endgame was until the final 45 minutes, and it was okay, oh my God, this is awesome. But
Critic
then
scores.
they also did ruin. They killed off one of the best characters ever. So
Thanos?
yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I liked Black Panther, but I don't think it was a top. I don't think it was a top 3 Marvel
No,
movies
not at
for
all.
me.
Fringe top 10.
Yeah.
It was monumental, and Chadwick Boseman
It was
fucking
also
awesome.
It's also new too. It was refreshing to the MCU. I said, I'm not a stickler for CGI, but the CGI in that was
Very bad.
very bad.
I didn't hate
with the final
effects.
fight, it looked like
Famously bad.
there's a scene where they're fighting as they're falling,
Mhm.
and the CGI is identical to Spider-Man 3, a movie in 2007 when they're falling and fighting, or even Spider-Man 2 when they're falling and fighting.
Well,
It
it's
just-
I like the actors and the actresses. I love their performances. I forget her name every time, but it's the
Michonne.
Michonne. Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm in love with her. But
You forget her name every time.
I forget her name every time. It's just you love someone so much that you just get blinded.
So love has blinded you.
So love is blind.
you. Wait, I'm not ready.
Okay, so then I'll keep going. I just didn't like the villain. The villain was he was cool at first, but he just got a little too preachy. At the
Who
end.
are these?
Andy Serkis?
Not Andy Serkis.
Oh.
Talking about Killmonger.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here are the audience scores
Oh God.
for all the MCU movies.
Okay.
Want to know what number 1 is?
I'm gonna say Captain Marvel.
Really?
I think so. I think that movie got a lot of.
I think it's collectively
It
hated,
is
too.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It is No Way Home at 98%.
Fuck.
Boo.
Wow.
And that one's even. I would prefer Black Panther over No Way Home, in my opinion. I didn't like No Way Home, mainly it's because I probably missed the one scene where everybody was hyped the most.
It's just nostalgia goggles for Spider-Man.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Shang-Chi is also at 98, so they're tied, I guess. Far From Home is 95.
Far From Home is 95.
Yeah. Guardians of the
Wait.
Galaxy is 92.
Which one's Far From Home?
Where's Black Panther?
One with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay. they sound the same. I don't remember which one's which.
They all have home in it.
Where is Iron Man?
Iron Man is number 6 at 91. You know what's above it, Gavin?
What?
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Get the fuck out of here. Where's Black Panther, dude?
Black Panther is at
I'd put
number
it
20
Oh
at
shit.
79%.
For me, I'd say Black Panther's like a top 5.
I'd
not
say it's a top
3.
10, like
I'd
fringe top 10, like Jacob said.
Like if you put it at 11, 12, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Okay, so this makes me for the next episode, or we do. I do want to do
Look at the audience scores of Thor Ragnarok.
Well, let's not do that, but it's
Love and Thunder.
if you had to create your top 10 MCU movies, what would they be?
I have an old list, but I don't agree with it. So that means my
So that's what I'm saying.
my
Like,
opinions change.
like we did a Star Wars tier list, and we did like,
Yeah.
what if we did a tier list
All
for
28 MCU movies.
Jeez.
Or- yeah.
I haven't seen 2 of them.
I mean, you could, like, maybe for brevity's sake, combine the franchises.
Hmm?
Like the Captain America movies, Avenger movies.
I mean, I
and-
guess either that or you could just give a list of your top 10 or top 5.
Yeah, top 10.
Top-
10 or 5.
10, top 5. Yeah, we'll do that for next week.
5. Top 5.
Yeah, Infinity War's at 9 at 91%.
Wow.
Black Widow got a 91%.
What? Infinity War and Black Widow were on the same level.
I guess so.
I liked Black Widow, but not as much as I liked
Yeah,
Infinity
I
War.
probably agree more with the critics score than this one.
Yes.
The critics list. The
But you
Captain
can't say-
Marvel's at a 45 at dead last.
But you can't say that can't say you do that more often. Can't say you agree with the
No.
critics more than you do with the audience. But
Conclusion, fans are dumb.
fans are dumb.
Well-
Spider-Man being in Spider-Man, the 3 Spider-Man movies hold like what? Are in like the top 5?
Where's
think so.
Homecoming?
Like, huh?
Homecoming got an 87, so it's number 14.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's fair then.
Which funny enough, I liked Homecoming better than any of the
Fans
other
are dumb because Last Jedi got a 42 and critics got a 91.
Just, the critics are just so much smarter than all of us.
The critics could also be pretty stupid too. So,
They were to look past.
honestly, it depends on whether or not I like the movie. If I like it and the critics liked it, then the critics are cool. But if I hated it and the critics liked it, then that means they're wrong.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair assessment.
I
but,
concur.
But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder sits at a 70% as of right now.
Jesus.
And Love and Thunder has Natalie Portman in it.
Oh,
Yes,
does
it does. Last I checked.
And speaking
I
of
think I might
Natalie
have forgot
Portman, how do you pronounce his name again?
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi asked Natalie Portman to be in his new Star Wars movie, forgetting that she was, a prominent role in the Star Wars prequels.
I guess it happens.
Thought that was funny.
I guess it could happen.
It's like, man. But I'm glad that he's not doing like a Skywalker saga.
She's just such a great actress. She just disappears into the role.
Exactly. Exactly.
You look a lot like Padme. Want to be in a Star Wars movie?
So
Oh,
I
I
guess
thought that
this-
I thought that was Keira Knightley that played Padme.
See, I feel like this kind of can go back to you have people that are working on Star Wars films that don't know Star Wars.
Yep.
So kind of going back to how you said Kenobi writers didn't know
Yeah.
didn't watch the prequels.
That's
It's like the fact that you forget that scares me alone. Like I said
I mean,
earlier,
it's not gonna be it's gonna be a standalone thing. It's not gonna be connected to the Skywalker saga or anything. But
Which
I
is
get what
good.
you're coming from.
It's like I love Taika Waititi. I
Well-
do. Most of the movies I've seen him do, they're really good. But I think he's really good with comedy. So him doing a Star Wars film, especially one, and him forgetting that Natalie Portman was in it, tells me he doesn't really pay attention too much.
Red flag. Yeah, a little bit.
And the fact that he only really does comedies, it's just like, I don't know. It makes me feel like we're going to get another like Force Awakens where it might look cool. And then the first like 2 lines of dialogue between the main character and the
It's
main
all
villain are going to just be
jokes. Yeah.
stupid.
Probably.
And it's going to be like,
God.
oh, I forgot. This is a kid's franchise.
Yeah.
I have to be reminded of that because
I watched.
fucking, I don't know why.
Like a behind the scenes of like the Clone Wars, like the TV show. They were like the voice actors recording and everything,
Yeah.
and they did it all like together. I don't know what you call that. What do you call that? When you
Mm.
record lines in the same room together and you go off of each other.
Like an ensemble. I don't know.
Yeah, like a live
Let me look.
recording. I don't know. Whatever. They were all together, and like Dave Filoni, the director of Clone Wars, he was saying like how important it is to do that and to get these characters or to get the actors like in the frame of mind of the characters and they bounce off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And how you're talking about like people who love Star Wars need to be making Star Wars. Like that's what he said. He was like, these people who are playing these characters, they love the characters. You can tell like the emotion that they show.
And it just, oh, go ahead.
No, so I was just I thought back to like the Kenobi stuff and all the writers, and I watched that literally today. So I was just like
See, for me, it just,
down bad.
so for me, it makes no sense to me because it's like, okay, at the end of the day, you have to realize that the film industry and stuff, it's a business.
Right.
You want to make money. That's the main reason that corporate wants to do this stuff.
Yes.
So would it not be the smartest decision to make it the people, okay, it's like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Yes.
When it comes to them touching Star Wars, most people genuinely like the stuff they make. Why the fuck would you not put them at the helm of like everything that you're gonna do for Star Wars? If you know that most of the fans are gonna enjoy what they like or what they're doing, and are gonna keep going back.
Because they can still make money and push things that they want to push.
Like it to me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, because here's how they think. They have this diehard fan base that will watch whatever they want to watch.
So
or
let's
they'll
make
watch
something
let's
else
make something, yeah.
that'll pull in more people too.
Like a commercial. Like let's look like the diehard fans are gonna watch it no matter what. Let's try to get just the generic commercial audience to watch it as well.
Well, I feel like that could work against stuff that most people don't know, but this is Star Wars. It's like there's no.
So you understand the frustration of Star Wars fans.
Yeah, it's like it just.
I
feel like
the
you should be putting
the diehard Star Wars fans that know like the behind the scenes stuff, the names of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they also know that Kathleen Kennedy, they don't like her, and she's at the helm.
It sucks because if you look at her history of films, her older stuff was good. I forgot some of the films that I watched that she did direct and she was like producing and stuff. But I mean, now it's just Star Wars. Which I remember there was a huge push like a year ago where it was like there was talks that she was going to be removed from Star Wars. Like it was the Disney CEO was going to appoint somebody new, and everyone was like Filoni or Favreau, one of those two. And then he was like, nope, we're going to reaffirm Kathleen Kennedy. And I was like, why? Like, what is the reasoning behind that?
You just made 3 of the worst Star Wars movies.
Like you just made the 3 worst. I don't think I've heard a single Star Wars fan that says, man, Kathleen Kennedy, she's doing a great job right now. I'm just loving the direction she's taking it in. Like,
yeah, she was a producer on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's like some of her older stuff, she's really good. I don't get it. And I think her and Jon Favreau go back way back too.
When you start to make a movie for anything other than to make a good movie, you sacrifice a lot.
Which it's like, again, you want to make money. That's all clearly the people at higher ups at Disney, that's all they care about. They don't give a fuck if it's good or not. But at the same time, the better the movie, the more people are going to go watch it, the more money it's going to make, the more people are going to want more of it.
Right.
Why the fuck would you not put your best people on the team to do this?
Because they're dumb.
Like, for me, is it because Filoni and Favreau cost more?
This makes sense.
Is it because they're not available? Like that, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Is all.
Wish I knew.
It makes sense. Kathleen Kennedy produced 2 Indiana Jones movies, and they were the worst ones.
Crystal Skull and the Temple of Doom.
Correct.
You didn't like Temple of Doom?
It's critically acclaimed as one of the worst ones.
What?
The worst of the trilogy, at least.
Is it top 1 or 2? You're telling me Raiders of the Lost Ark or The Last Crusade is worse than Temple of Doom?
I prefer Temple of Doom over Raiders of the Lost Ark. That is my opinion. I way prefer.
Well, you know how we feel about that.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was an okay movie for me, but I loved Temple of Doom. Last Crusade, I don't even fucking remember anything about it. That was the one with the knights,
Holy
right?
Grail.
It's one of the best ones. It's the best one.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
With Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was the one with Shia LaBeouf? Is that
The
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Skull.
The worst one. They're making a 5th one. Let's go.
Let's go. Han Solo's Han Solo. Harrison Ford's like ancient, so let's see how he does.
I know.
It's gonna be his daughter.
They had to postpone it so many times because he would get injured on set.
Is it gonna be taking place of like Indy's daughter? Which is weird because wasn't Shia LaBeouf Indy's son?
Shia LaBeouf's not acting anymore.
No. He wasn't, right?
He was the son.
He was?
Yeah.
I thought it was just
So if it's his daughter,
his mom was the girl from Raiders.
Yeah.
For sure, right?
But I thought it was
I
also
don't
his
remember.
son.
I haven't seen it in
Haven't
such a
seen
long
it.
time.
Yeah, because she came back.
Yeah.
And she was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They did a whole like Top Gun thing.
I will say
And they got married.
I will say though, Raiders had a much better love interest than Temple. The love interest for Temple of Doom was fucking obnoxious to me.
Yeah, because that they wanted to make like a Bond. They
Yeah.
wanted to make an American Bond, so a new movie with a new like Bond girl every time. That's why Temple of Doom just completely disregarded the first one, and they wanted its own thing. But American audiences were like, no, what happened to the first one?
The first chick was cool, but
So
you didn't like Short Round. You can't tell me you didn't like
I
Short
love
Round.
Short Round.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones.
He was hilarious.
But yeah, I love Short
that
Round.
kid.
But yeah, that's where Star Wars is at right now. It's still a steaming pile of stuff.
Let's hope, dude. What if it's like a fucking Andor is like amazing?
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I'm looking forward to Andor, and then I saw something that said over 6 episodes, Andor will go over the course of a year of his life. And I'm like, that seems like a lot to tell in a small amount of time. And then it also said season 2, they already announced the season 2, is going to take place over 4 years of his life.
The only problem I have with that is that it's like,
Why
this dude's
6
dead.
episodes? That's not a show. It's like a mini series.
And
This dude's dead.
he's dead. I know. So
it's like,
season
why are we
two,
getting so
season
much
2
on
will
him?
go from wherever season 1 ends, and then 4 years until Rogue One.
Wasn't he only like mid-20s in Rogue One?
He was like mid-30s in Rogue One.
Was he?
I don't know.
I want a movie about Chewbacca.
That'd be
'Cause
cool.
at least he's still fucking alive, so he's prevalent.
Be sick.
And you can do him in much earlier times too.
Plus, I heard wasn't there a Wookiee that was a Force user?
I mean, a couple, yeah.
Was there a couple? I never saw anything like that in Clone Wars or any of the movies. So
There was
That'd be
a
cool.
there was a youngling Wookiee that had a lightsaber.
what about the Mandalorian? Wasn't he the first one to have the darksaber? Wasn't he Force sensitive?
Huh? Who?
The Mandalorian that was Force sensitive? There was like only one.
Oh,
Tar
the Mandalorian
Vizsla?
Jedi.
Yeah.
No.
What about him? I
Yeah.
want a movie about that guy.
Be sick.
He was the first one to use the darksaber.
I want a movie about
He
that
made it.
guy.
Yeah, he made the darksaber. Yep. I want that guy. I want that. Why wouldn't we make a movie about that one? I want a show about that guy.
All right, tell
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Fuck.
Just add it to the list, pal.
Right after we get our R2D2 series.
Do it right under Darth Revan.
Our
Jedi
R2D2
Revan.
series.
Yep. And then that one's going to be coming right after we get the Rancor Pit movie. Where we talk about the whole life of the Rancor that was in the fucking, Return of the Jedi, for 30 seconds, 40
I mean,
seconds?
I would guess all of those before Cassian Andor, the show. Like,
True.
we'll see.
You would think you would get a show about Jyn first.
Yeah.
You already know Jen's
Yes.
story.
Well, I mean,
mean-
you skip from when she was like little to like, boom.
She
You
was
know
just
her
like
she was just
But I mean, she was the
Han
main.
Soloing it up.
yeah. But we still got a Han Solo movie.
I don't know, man.
Woody Harrelson tried to carry that movie.
Tried.
Didn't work.
All right. Well, speaking of movies, look at that.
Let's get into a movie
Let's get
that
into
we do
the movie.
like.
Let's get into the movie review. So last week's movie was Beverly Hills Cop with the famous Eddie Murphy, and I've always heard about it, always knew what it was, knew who was in it, but I've never seen it until we watched it. Naturally.
True.
And I actually really liked it. It's a fun popcorn movie, like you said earlier, Gav. His character, it was like Axel Foley walked so that James Carter can run. That's James Carter is Chris Tucker's character in Rush Hour.
Oh.
But I saw a lot of similarities between the two, and just their smart mouth demeanor and kind of just energetic, fast talking.
Mhm.
Pulling stuff out of their butt to get
Oh,
what
yeah.
they want, and
Really
I
good
just
liars.
I thought that was funny. So I really enjoyed it. The cast, the characters, his relationship with the detectives. Overall, thought it was really good.
I'm gonna have to say the same thing pretty much for the most part. I think the jokes he made, like when he's going to see what was the main villain's name?
Victor Mayfield.
Victor
or
Mayfield.
something.
Yeah, when he's going to see him and he pretends to be homosexual. He's like, "Oh, I got herpes, so
Yeah.
make sure
Oh,
you
yeah,
tell."
at the
He's like,
country
maybe
club.
you should tell him. They're like that scene was hilarious to me.
He was really quick thinking on his feet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need to go talk to Victor Mayfield. It's like, oh, only guest members are allowed here. It's
And
like, oh, well, you can tell him. It's like, okay, I'll tell him. It's like, all right, so I went to the doctor and I have herpes, so I think you need to go tell him that he might need to get checked before he does anything. He's like, oh, you should go tell him. It's like, okay.
that, and then I think funny enough how much I hate how I criticize Marvel movies for being too quippy.
Mm-hmm. Well, this
I didn't mind his quippiness here.
because it was welcomed here.
Yeah, you know,
It's a comedy.
you have a good day. He's like, I'll try, as he's getting his ass beat. Or
I love when he kept talking about like they just threw me through a window. It's
Yeah,
like,
the part where he gets arrested
I
was
can
hilarious.
describe all 6 of them, and it's like, wait, what the heck?
What the hell?
Like, I don't know. Just Eddie Murphy's performance was great as always.
I love
makes
Rosewood.
me want to watch Haunted Mansion again.
Oh yeah, I love Rosewood kept trying to fucking throw up his badge and go, "Police, you're under arrest."
Police, you're under arrest.
Gets shot at
It's like, if you do that again, I'll shoot you myself.
in the middle of a gunfight. He just stands up. Police, you're under arrest. And then it works that final time. Oh, it was funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I was entertained the entire time.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned this last week for Spiderhead, but the soundtrack, amazing. And I think if you already have a good movie and you have an even awesome soundtrack to match that, makes
Yeah,
it
it
even
was-
better.
It was
Oh my
great. It was
goodness.
it was
Found myself Shazamming like
Your-
most of the songs.
your typical '80s action comedy. It was great. And a trope I will never get sick of is the rowdy young police detective and the angry police chief. I will never get sick of that trope. It always does it for me.
It works. It's funny.
But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. And what would you give it as a rating, Gav?
I'm probably going to give this movie like an 82. 82% for me.
82? I'd give it an 85. Really enjoyed it. Eddie Murphy's great. I want to watch more old Eddie Murphy movies.
So I looked it up, and you know how you were saying, he's quick thinking?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out most of the comic lines that he says was straight up improvised on the spot.
I 100% believe it. I mean, a lot of those movies work because of that.
John Landis called the script for Beverly Hills Cop one of the worst they had ever seen, but Eddie Murphy managed to make it funny.
Wow.
That is hilarious.
Because he's just this fast. He just never stopped talking, which I thought was hilarious.
It said literally hundreds of takes were ruined by cast members or actors or the director himself who were unable to stop laughing during the shooting because of this. During the super cop's monologue, Ashton is pinching his face hard and looking down in apparent frustration, where if you look closely, you can see that he's actually laughing. So I guess, and that happened in Revenge of the Sith, where she tells, when she tells Obi-Wan that all the younglings are dead and he covers his mouth. And Ewan McGregor was saying, oh, yeah, that was just me trying not to laugh.
I thought that was a joke. I thought that was a meme. Is that real?
I thought it was he was trying to laugh because it was that sentence right there is hilarious. That sentence that Padme says specifically was, it's not supposed to be funny, but think about it, just a normal person hearing that,
Yeah.
Covering his mouth, trying to make it oh, no. But in reality, he's I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
Well, right here it says, Sylvester Stallone was originally intended to be cast as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop.
Thank God he wasn't.
Because if they're saying that all those lines by Eddie Murphy were improvised and made up on the spot, and then the script was one of the worst ones they've ever seen, and Sylvester Stallone, maybe his acting career would have stopped right there.
Imagine being told, the screenwriter, you write the script, and damn, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. And then it ends up being one of the most one of the best action comedies of that time. And even nowadays, and as iconic as that, imagine that, holy shit, and then spawning 3 more sequels.
Before I watched it, I was watching The Boys. I was catching up on The Boys, and there's a line in there where, back in the '80s, apparently Black Noir gets upset with another character because he ruined his shot at being cast for Beverly Hills Cop. And I was like, hey, I need to watch that movie, so. Thought that was interesting. Just tidbit there.
Okay.
And next week, we're going to be watching the movie Good Time with Robert Pattinson, a 2017 film. Let's see. Good Time. So a bank robber stops at nothing to free his brother from prison and launches himself into a whirlwind, night-long odyssey through New York's dark and dangerous criminal underworld. Yeah, so that should be good. It's a crime thriller. You can watch it on Hulu, Amazon Prime, or Showtime. And I'm a fan of Robert Pattinson. And
True. He's pretty good.
I'm excited to watch this.
Edward.
And right now it sits at a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
So we'll see if that is worthy, if that is justified.
Speaking of worthy, Thor, Love and Thunder. No, I'm just kidding.
That's good. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get into the static.
Welcome to the static.
Hello. All right, Gavin. So over the past month, you have gotten a new position at work. How has that been?
Oh, it's been fun. It's been real fun.
What was your old position and what's your new position?
I was a busboy, but now I have been promoted to a server.
Oh.
Oh.
Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Big moves.
It's been a lot more fun than busing, I'll tell you that right now. I was a little bit afraid because I'm like, damn, I have to talk to customers, whatever, but it's actually not nearly as bad as I thought. I've been told I look like a lot of different people. Almost every other day I get told I look like either somebody knows or some famous actor.
Yeah.
I've been told I look like Jon Favreau.
Are you Jon Favreau?
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
Nope, because if I was, then I'd be making sure that Star Wars wasn't in the path that it's in right now.
You're going down a path I can't follow.
But I've even been told I look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
I can see it.
I could see it.
I can't see that. How can you tell me I look like Jon Favreau then look like fucking Jake Gyllenhaal?
Well,
Like,
Jake Gyllenhaal,
two different
October
people.
Sky.
Let me see. Take off your shirt.
take off my shirt.
Well, like Brokeback Mountain, haven't you?
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind.
We got to reenact the scene to find out.
Well, we don't have Heath Ledger,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately. Okay, I see it. Yeah.
No, that
Yeah.
doesn't look anything like me.
You're like a Jim Gyllenhaal.
Jim.
I don't even know who that.
You're a Maggie Gyllenhaal.
But I look like that. They'll be like, "Hey, do you have a brother named so and so?" And it's like, "No, what the fuck."
You might.
It's like, "Oh, you look like this. Do you know this person?" Oh, I always respond with the same thing. Oh, that guy must be pretty handsome. Must be pretty hot then. Like something
So
like that.
annoying.
Usually makes them laugh. I had one guy that I almost started like cracking up because when I said that, the dude looked back at me with like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, wow. Not even gonna wait for me to leave before fucking faking that smile like that. And that almost made me laugh because I'm like, damn, never mind. He must be ugly as shit. But so that was pretty funny. We did compare. So this one's gonna be a little non-child friendly. We compared cannolis to certain organs. And so they asked.
I thought that was a euphemism.
So they asked, do you guys have the big cannolis or do you guys have like the small ones? And they're like, we have like average sized cannolis,
Satisfactory.
And I'm like, they
cannolis.
taste the same. They taste the same. They're just as good as the big ones. You don't need those ones. And like, oh, do you have the smaller ones? Is that what you're getting at? And I was like, it does the same thing as the big ones. What's the problem? So I thought that was a little funny.
So that to a customer?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
god.
the customer started it, so I was just playing off of it.
Okay.
Hey, he tipped me well, and they were dying the whole time when I was saying it. So
Okay.
that
Wow.
was.
Dinner
funny.
and a show. I'm gonna go. I want you to serve me.
And then with Elvis coming out, one thing that I was chatting up a ton of customers about was just other musicals.
Mhm.
So I was talking like Hairspray. Have you guys ever seen Hairspray?
Nope.
Yep.
God, or like Crybaby with
Nope.
fucking, I think Johnny Depp is in that one. And it's usually all the tables for girls. So they go, "Oh my God, I love that movie." And I'm just like, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm just like, let's go. Like, I haven't seen that movie. I don't even know what the fuck happened in it, but I'm going to act like I do.
That's why you were at the gym and working out so much. Hi,
Maybe.
ladies. Can I get you
Hi,
anything?
ladies.
But, yeah. And I think that's what pretty much inspired us to go see Elvis, like, that quickly. Was it's like, damn, all I'm hearing is Elvis.
Well, you do work right next to a movie theater.
True.
That's true.
True. Speaking of movies, Minions.
Oh my gosh, we could talk about that. Movie theaters around the country are banning guys in suits from
What?
seeing the Minions movie.
Why?
What if I wear a tuxedo?
They don't know the difference, Jacob. You
Do
should
they
know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What do they do?
Because rowdy groups of young men are coming up and making a disturbance. Which is so funny. And then I saw a post that says, like, these movie studios have no idea how to market to Gen Z anymore. Like, with the whole Morbius thing and then now this.
I'll say Minions is doing what Morbius wished it could have done.
Exactly.
And that is explode at the box office.
Me and the boys going to see Minions: Rise of Gru.
That's one of the weirdest.
And
I don't understand.
It is funny, though, because I did wait on a table where it was just, these were adults, like maybe like our age, but still nonetheless adults. They were all dressed up in Minion attire. They all had like the goggles and they had the yellow shirts with the overalls. And I'm like, oh, we go see the Minions movie? I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, was it Grucci or what? Like, was it?
You're
And
so dumb.
And so then they all just like looked at me with such a dead face and said, oh no, that movie sucked. I'm like,
Aw.
How the fuck are you gonna dress the part and then just say that? Like, you guys clearly aren't that much. You guys aren't that big of fans. If you're gonna talk shit about the movie that much.
It has a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I've heard it wasn't that good.
Well, like,
Why would you dress up like this? Was like a party of 8 people.
but 94% of Google users liked the movie.
Oh yeah, look up Morbius. Let's look at the Google reviews
But-
of Morbius.
No, with Minions, I remember seeing the first one in theaters, but I
think-
fell asleep.
I think it's Minions that inspired me to get into the film industry.
You think
And
so?
if it wasn't for Minions, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
It was definitely revolutionary for its time.
65% liked the Morbius movie of Google users, but It has a 16% Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
They must,
morbid
not,
time.
they must
though.
not be true morbers.
That's
But
crazy.
I did see somebody in Suits. They snuck in like hundreds of bananas to the Minions movie. Like
How do you sneak?
So what
in
they did was they dressed
bananas?
up like construction workers and they were carrying this giant bin and they just. You ever seen that experiment where if you walk in with a ladder,
ladder,
they'll let
yeah.
you
It
in? It's
works,
pretty much the
yeah.
same thing. And then, or there was another one where it's like the first sight of a minion, everyone just started going crazy. It was like imagine watching Endgame, that last scene, but it's like the very beginning of the Minions movie when they show the minion.
Well,
Like at
that-
the opening of like
Yeah,
the,
everyone's
the
everyone's
entertainment,
whoa, just
the
going crazy.
illumination.
That's why people. That's why they're banning people in suits.
I'll just wear a suit underneath like a jacket or something.
Why do you have to wear a suit?
You can't stop me.
Can't do that.
You can
here
do
in the
search
summer.
me.
Oh my gosh. So
Sir,
Hey.
you can't really wear that
Mor-
trench coat in here.
Morbius-
It's 105 degrees outside.
Morbius made a profit, guys.
Did it really?
It had a budget of 83 million, and it made 163 million at the box office.
Well, from what I've heard, a lot of like that's the
How?
budget of the production, but how much did it cost to advertise the movie? That's usually never included in the Google budget.
I have no idea.
That's true.
And didn't it go into box office like? Didn't it go into theaters like 2 times? Or is it like 3 times?
2 times. Let's get it a third time, guys.
Let's go for a third. Third time's the charm. Third time's the morb.
Oh, what world
Yeah, that
are
was-
we living in?
That's it's been all this news from me so far.
Work's been good.
Oh yeah. A lot of interesting people I meet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give us some.
Huh? The Minions group.
Well, you already gave us that.
The Minions grew.
Guru.
Um,
okay. Now we're moving
I'm
on.
switching out exquisite to Grucci.
Grucci. Can we?
No.
Is it Grucci? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, with that, Gavan versus Wild.
Woohoo!
So Gavin, you were too afraid to take on a chimpanzee with just a Bowie knife, but you won.
Came out on
Congratulations.
top.
You won 64% to 36%.
That is a rather pretty huge number advantage. At this point, I'm wondering if these people know what a chimp is. But then again, they also said I had lost to the hippo.
Yeah.
Still sore about
You
that.
want to tell that story?
What were the numbers again?
Oh, yeah, I met
64,
this
36.
guy that hunts like a lot. Like been doing it for way longer than I've probably even been alive for. Hunting illustrious animals. And when I told him that I lost to a hippo with a 44 Magnum, he was like, "You lost that fight?" I was like, "Thank you." Yeah, right? That's crazy. Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I had 9 shots." He's like, "You had 9 shots and you still lost?" And I'm like, according to the audience, I must have fucking missed like all of them because I
He's getting mad that you lost, like you actually fought this thing and you were just incompetent.
but yeah, oh shit.
But you fought a tiger with a spear. Did you tell him that?
Yeah, he was like, I was like, "Oh, it's muzzled." And he was like, "And you still won?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess."
Exactly.
I have a crazy story about how he hunted lions.
Okay,
Do we have time for that or
sure.
All right, cool. So I'll be quick. So he hunted and killed a full Maine lion. And it was pretty cool. You know, he donated all the meat to like the nearby villages and stuff. And he threw the carcass out there to try to lure other lions in. And there was a lioness coming. And so he has a scout and it's facing towards him, but far away. And he goes, "Oh, this lioness is coming towards you to your right." But it's actually his left, but he tells him the right. So he's got set up and everything, and he's got his gun, and he has his guide. They're watching. They don't see anything. And then the guide or the scout is going, "Hey, this lioness is almost on you guys. It's almost, can you guys see it?" And they're like, "What? We can't see anything." And this guy's wife, holding the camera, looks over to her left, and this lioness is full charging. And she goes, Cosme. And like, he like looks, and then the guide looks and he goes, "Holy shit, take the shot." And he's like, "Take the shot or I'm going to take the shot." And I want to say the shot was close, like a 40-yard shot. And that was crazy. He said that was the closest call he'd ever had because that lioness was like, had seen them and apparently it had been tracking them. And she was full speed towards them.
Pretty badass.
That is crazy. Apparently it's on tape because
40 yards,
the
huh?
wife was recording what happened.
40 yards, huh?
I don't know if it was 40 yards, but I know it was like less than 100.
So next time I give you less than 100 yards
Are
with
you
an
going to give me a
animal,
high fucking powered rifle or are you going to give me like a bow
I'll
and
give you a
arrow?
crossbow.
That's, if you give me like the hunting rifle that this guy was wearing or this guy was using, then sure.
Never again. Well, yeah, that's fine.
Anyway, that
It's
had to
fine.
have been scary.
You won.
Well, this week, you were taking on a gray wolf. Now, I said a Bowie knife again against a gray wolf, and you're like, that's way too easy. So how do we spice it up here, Jake?
Well, Gavin, you said straight up you could kill the. You said the wolf is
Whoa,
easier.
whoa. I did
You
not
said
say
it's
straight up.
easier than the chimp.
I think it would be easier than the chimp.
Okay, so
I
pocket
mean,
knife.
when you think about it this way, the
a
chimp,
screwdriver.
I don't have to worry about the wolf, like, grabbing me. Like, he can bite me, but, I mean, chimp got hands. So, I think that was a huge advantage for the chimp is that,
Does the wolf have large talons?
how big are a wolf's claws? Spin the weapon wheel, see what I get.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Do we still have that wheel?
I got
Spin
an
it.
original Sega Genesis.
There you go.
How much does that weigh? Would that work?
An original Sega Genesis.
I got Superman powers. We win. Let's go.
Basically a brick.
100-0. Yeah, but it's like plastic. I feel like it would just shatter and it just
Okay,
piss
well,
the
you
wall
got
off.
one shot. Better use it. Okay, you shatter it. You pick up the pieces that splinter and use those as knives. Nothing.
I
There you
spun the
go.
weapon wheel and got nothing.
Straight up, you
So
win.
just bare hands.
I'd want,
Leonardo
like,
DiCaprio
something.
did it.
Steel foldable chair. I'll take a fucking steel foldable chair.
Fucking WWE the
Give,
wolf.
give him the chair. Give him the chair.
I'm down for that. Gavin with the steel chair.
Gray wolves.
That's the wolf.
Gray wolves are the largest living wild canine species.
Yeah, those things are fucking big.
Damn.
So
Well, I mean, they're only,
Gavin,
they're only
though.
like 3.5 feet tall, but I mean, they're pretty heavy.
And you're pretty jacked. So you with the chair?
With a steel chair too, like
Yeah.
fuck. Only if I have like the announcer crew behind me too.
Yeah.
They gotta be like going
in-
crazy.
In the ring.
Let's
you guys
do
are
it in a
the ring.
WWE exhibition match.
You want to do that?
Yep. I'll be like the main event of like SmackDown. They let in a fucking wolf and it's just me there. You got the crowd. You got the.
What's your walkout song?
These things are big.
Can Paul be an announcer?
Sure.
Paul will be the ring announcer.
Paul's your coach. He's in your corner. You don't even need the chair at that point. I mean, you got Paul.
True. Me and Paul versus the Grey Wolf tornado tag match. It's just me and him, bare knuckled versus the wolf.
So you versus Wolf in a WWE exhibition match.
Let's do that, and then it's not just the chair, but I could do like a ladder or like a kendo stick. I have all of the WWE arsenal available to me.
Against
But
this
the wolf could also use it if it wants.
Oh, okay.
If the wolf can somehow pick up a stick or something, it is allowed to use it.
I'm just curious to see what people are going to say.
I think this could be the funnest match. And what we'll do is I'll just boot up like WWE 2K15, and I'll run the match, and we could just play that.
Do it.
I don't think you could do a
You
wolf.
can put a wolf in there.
Just do a wolf.
I'll just do the custom character one, and I'll just do the best I can to make a wolf.
Go ahead.
Furry. Oh,
I
I like this one.
You know, I kind of have to vote for you. Just this is the first time you're
This is for the.
not unreasonable with your.
This is
with
for
your,
how much
stakes.
does a gray wolf weigh?
The largest on record is 175 pounds.
Cool. We're gonna be going for the middleweight championship match.
Okay.
Nice. 175 pounds?
Is
Is
the
the
heaviest?
biggest?
Yeah.
Damn,
I'm
I thought
surprised
those,
by
I
that,
thought those things
actually.
were heavy.
Um,
I thought they were huge.
they have a nose to tail length between 4.5 to 6 feet,
That's pretty big, though.
That is.
and then a height like at the shoulder, so little when they're standing up, 26 to 32 inches, so 2.5 feet.
Not bad.
With the chair or like a kendo stick, I could get a fucking few hits off on a kendo stick. I'll break that kendo stick over that wolf.
I kind of want to see this like actually happen.
I do too. That'd be fucking
Have
funny.
this be like this main event of the year, just this random kid from Arizona fighting a gray wolf. They start the match and you just get mauled in the ring.
Fucking, I gotta start the ring. I gotta start the match up with at least one weapon. I either get the kendo stick.
You
or
can get the chair.
I'll get the chair. But if I knock, do I gotta pin the wolf or do I gotta kill it?
I feel like you have to kill it. That's the rule of the game,
But
Gavin
it's
versus
WWE.
Wild.
I gotta pin it.
Nope, you
What
have
if,
to.
what
you
if
have
pinning
to
it
kill
means it just suffers a heart attack and dies?
No, you have to kill this
I
thing.
think pinning it would be harder.
Can you knock out a wolf?
I'm sure you can knock out.
Like the way you could knock out a human, like if you hit it hard enough in the head, it would just pass out. Like, could you do that?
Probably.
I don't see why not.
So it's like,
You have to kill the thing.
I don't want to
Gavin.
Google that. I feel like I'd get put in a watch list for
Can
that.
you knock out a wolf? What?
Like, could you knock, like if I punched a wolf hard enough, like would it go lights out, or would I be capable of generating that much force to do that?
I don't know. I have no experience punching.
These are questions we
wolves
need to be answered
to
right now.
unconsciousness.
Can you pummel an animal into unconsciousness? Is my question.
I'm sure, or at least like stunned, and then it like runs away. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do me versus the Grey Wolf WWE match. Special guest star Michael Vick.
Shut
You know,
up!
I bet you
can't
he-
believe you just said that.
I bet you he could probably tell me. He could probably answer that question.
You could have Michael Vick as your coach then.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think he was into that kind of fighting.
But he has experience.
He does have experience. He could tell you. I feel.
Treat you like a dog in the ring.
Man, this is a controversial episode so
Right.
far.
Bite the jugular.
Fuck.
Oh,
Damn.
man.
You know, Gav, I have complete faith in you.
I
Just
think you're
'cause-
gonna get mauled, but I'll vote Gavin.
I get a kendo stick, steel chair, a ladder. Now, for the championship match, is it like the belt's all the way at the top and we got to put the ladder down and like climb up?
3 rounds.
I have no idea how WWE works.
Like, you know, where they have like the belt on top and you have to grab. Dude, you need to watch
Cage
you need
match.
you need to watch the old WWEs where they had a fucking. It was like Rey Mysterio versus somebody else for the custody of a kid.
What?
It was the funniest shit ever, dude. It was like, who will get custody of like young little Austin? Rey Mysterio or this? Like, tune in Friday night to watch the fucking main event. And it was called a custody match.
Was there a judge?
I don't know.
All right, it's gonna be a cage match. You and Bonesaw McGraw versus this wolf.
Dude, me myself could get this wolf if I have the WWE arsenal.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Then yeah, I'd say Bonesaw would help, yeah.
Wow, this is totally unexpected, Gavin. I thought you were gonna ask for a rocket launcher.
I do still wonder if the rocket launcher could do damage to it right now. What do you think?
Or a rocket launcher to a rhino?
Like if you took an RPG
Yeah,
and shot
probably.
a rhinoceros. Those things are big though.
You're telling me a 44 Magnum, a hippo, easy. Yeah, I need one shot.
Hippo's not
And
as
an
big as a
RPG.
fucking rhino.
I mean,
Hippo's not as big as a rhino.
guys,
though.
we have the power of we have technology.
Jim Carrey was literally inside a rhino. I know how they work.
I looked it up, and the only thing it brought up was like Far Cry. So
Oh, I'm pretty sure you would destroy a rhino with an RPG.
I think so too.
what about an elephant?
Same thing.
Probably.
What about a whale?
It's so concussive.
Yeah, but would it kill it?
Think so?
Like one hit?
Probably.
I'm sure. Like a direct hit, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. If I just boom in the side of the head.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
A rocket-propelled grenade? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Now, what if it was just a normal frag grenade? For the record, I do not condone the injury or whatever to animals. I don't condone violence towards animals.
Glad you're finally admitting that after. All
I've
these
always
weeks of
felt
Gavan
this.
versus
These are
Wild.
just strict hypothetical questions. I do not wish to ever see these results tested, nor do I ever condone that. These are strictly hypothetical questions. Okay? Just putting that out there. I do not wish to see these questions answered in real life.
Okay.
But I just thought I had to put that in there as all.
Oh, good.
Not that I even had
No,
to,
good.
it's just,
I'm
you know.
glad, yeah.
Common sense.
Naturally.
Okay.
I'm team RPG on that one.
So, why don't you go over your strategy of how you would subdue this wolf in the ring?
So am I starting with a steel chair or the?
You have the chair at your side.
Okay.
Ready? Ding, ding.
So the wolf is aggravated, right? He's gonna charge me.
It's trying to kill you.
Yeah. Okay. So I gotta pick up the chair, and the best thing I could do is like stand my ground, wait for him to get close,
Okay.
and then just overhead swing as hard as I fucking can onto this wolf's back of his head.
Like one shot then.
Huh?
That's like one shot.
Yeah. Either that or it's like pick it, like hold it like sideways or whatever. So that way the top of the chair, the hardest part, and then do it that way. Hopefully at that point I just break its skull. 'Cause, I mean that's steel, you know, like in the name steel chair.
Yeah.
So if I had to think, so I would say yeah. I think 1 or 2 hits would probably at least daze the wolf. And then at that point, it's just cleanup crew. I just grab the kendo stick and I just go to town.
You're not gonna use the ropes at all. You're gonna climb on the post.
I don't know if I can lift that thing. That thing's pretty fucking
Pile
heavy.
drive it.
Vader bomb. Throw it on the table.
Dude, can I set up a table? Fuck. At that point, that's just mean. I don't know. I feel like I just give it a quick death.
Okay, I don't think you're gonna body that wolf.
Let's look up the stats for a wolf. How well does the stat fare against or wolf fare against me?
What's its win-loss record?
Yeah. What are the chances of me just bodying it by myself versus not even just point? Like, because I could just take a kendo stick and then just like break half of it off and make a spear.
Good.
Which I mean, Leonidas killed the wolf in 300 that same way.
I think once it goes ding ding, I don't think you have the time to do that.
Well, you daze the wolf, and at that point, it's gonna be down for a little bit. Just take the kendo stick, just break it in half and just.
What about a pack
stab.
of wolves?
A pack? That's not fair. Do I get a pack of me's?
A pack of yous?
Is it like 3v3, 3 of me's versus 3 wolves? Because I actually would like that match.
That would be so funny. Well, if you think you can take the wolf, like you versus 1 wolf, then it's the same thing of 3 of you versus 3
Tag
wolves.
team, 2 Gavins versus 2 wolves. Winner by KO.
Yeah, Gav, you make a good argument.
I think if there was 2 wolves, though, against 2 Gavin, I think 1 Gavin would at least die. 1 would at least succumb to injuries.
Sacrifice.
One of them would die, and then the other one would be horrifically injured. and by the end of this matchup, I'd say while I might win, I think I'd be pretty fucked up.
That's fair. Okay.
Wow.
I'm proud of you.
This is the most reasonable
proud
you've
of
been
you.
on a Gavan versus Wild.
Because I think if I could land a hit on the head, I'd have to just use like a kendo stick or something to prevent the wolf from like locking onto me, like latching onto me. Because if it gets a hold of me, like I'm fucked. Like yeah, at that point there's nothing I could do. My arm's coming off, and I think that might kill me, even if I do end up killing the wolf. Do I have like immediate ringside medical services after I win?
To getting your arm bit off?
Yeah, like if my arm because if he locks onto my arm, that arm's fucked. It's coming off.
They'll probably send you to the hospital in an ambulance.
So then medical care would be provided after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then.
Well, for the drama for TV, we'd probably just let you bleed out.
Well, then I'd say it's stalemate then. Because
You just have options for anything, huh? You know, that's what I like. Like you need a scenario, like you need every detail in a scenario, but you always have a backup plan for everything.
it depends on which weapon I start out with. I think my best weapon to start out with would be the chair. If I started with the ladder, I think I'd probably lose. 'Cause it'd be
Well,
heavy.
also with the chair, even if you can't get a clean hit, you can also use it as a shield
Yeah.
initially. And then, just like with the dog, you hit on the nose. Just hit it and no.
And then legally, the wolf has to stay away
Exactly.
from me. Can't touch me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you got it in the bag, to be honest. Like, even if I think the
Be a
wolf
good
will
fight.
maul you in the ring, you have compelled me to vote for you.
Yes, I agree. It'd be a good fight. Can't wait to watch it on pay-per-view.
I would fucking love to do that. Just
I do
kidding.
not condone
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna
I
say,
would love to do that.
I would not love to actually beat an actual animal, though. It'd have to be like somebody dressed up as it. It would have to be like a human.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we do this in VR.
Okay.
All right. Well, be sure to vote on our Instagram, OEF White Noise, on our story, or on the post for Gavan versus Wild. Who you think would win in a WWE exhibition match between Gavan and the WWE weapon arsenal, or an adult male gray wolf? So you're in for a good one. Tune in this Friday to see who comes out on top. All right. And Jacob, do you have a DaJakey Factuality for us?
I do indeed. Speaking of Gavan vs. Wild and animals and all that, us as humans, we have a chin, a nice strong mandible to stroke when we think about things.
Correct.
Naturally.
Correct.
Can you guys think of any other animal that has a chin bone, a little protrusion?
I
Like a chimp?
would like to say chimp,
No,
but they
they
don't
don't.
have one.
Like a gorilla?
No, they don't.
Is it an ape?
I'll save it. There are none, except
Wait, let me guess. Am I ever going to guess?
it's only
it?
one. There's
Is
one
it-
animal.
Is it an ape?
Am I ever going to guess?
Maybe if we
Is
have
it a
like 30
dog?
minutes. No,
Is it
No.
a mammal? It's a mammal, right?
it's a mammal.
Hold
All
on.
right. What region of the world
Yeah,
is
what
it in?
region?
Africa.
Okay.
Hippo?
Is
No.
it a meerkat?
Africa is in the name.
African meerkat.
African leopard.
No.
African meerkat. All right, what is it?
Elephant. African
Oh.
elephants.
Oh.
You threw us off with African in the name.
Is an
There's
African
Asian
leopard.
elephants.
There are
Sure
Asian
do.
elephants.
They do. Those do exist.
Gosh.
I wonder what the
Yes,
differences are.
they're the
between those.
only animals in the animal kingdom that have a chin.
Elephants have chins?
Let me look at this.
Yeah, I was saying, look this shit up.
Okay.
That next week you're gonna take on an elephant, Gavin.
Fuck, I thought we were going to take on the sloth
This is
bear.
called DaJakey
Oh, yeah.
Factuality, not I'm lying.
It does have a chin.
The sloth bear.
have a chin.
Does it really? Let me see.
Gosh, it looks like it has a huge nose too, but that's just its tusks.
Let me see.
Look at that.
What?
Yeah.
It does.
Look it up.
That's crazy. Does it stroke its chin with its nose, you think? With its trunk?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
When it's following Bob
That looks
Ross
so
tutorials.
weird. Damn.
You wouldn't think. Maybe
It
it's
gets
just
asked
because you
a
always,
question and
you
it's
always
like,
see their trunks just
Yeah.
like covering their
Their chin.
mouth, so you wouldn't really think.
That's
What is
wild.
the evolutionary purpose of a chin, though?
They're unsure of the effect or why.
Is it because of the jaw? But not every other animal. Every animal has a fucking jaw. It doesn't have a chin.
Yeah.
What is a chin?
It's just the protrusion on the bone.
It's a bone that just protrudes out.
It is part of the bone, and that part protrudes
On right
out.
here where it says, why do humans have chins? It's suggested the chin may have evolved to maintain the jaw's resistance to loads as our ancestors' teeth, jaws, and chewing muscles got smaller early on in our species history.
What does that mean? Can you say that in English?
Our teeth got smaller, so we had to get more strength down here.
On our
Okay.
chin. You know?
So the chin. So without a chin, we wouldn't be able to like chew.
As
As well.
strong as we do.
But isn't our
Like
bite force,
biting
like,
into a
super
big
weak?
old steak. It would be even worse.
I don't know, Gavin. I'm not a scientist.
We need to get a scientist.
It's
on here.
unsure. I just said that.
Wait, who's the vet? Arisa?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need Arisa back on here.
To talk about elephant chins and the human
She'd be the
evolutionary
one
of
to know the
chins.
most.
She would know.
She would be the one that I would assume to know more, since she's the vet.
Because she gives dogs shots, yes.
Dogs don't have chins.
True. How many socks do you think she's pulled from dogs so far since the last episode?
46.
I'm gonna say 12.
I don't know. A lot of dogs eat socks.
She said that was a common thing, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
So
I'll
how,
ask.
how many?
23.
Okay.
62.
So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube. It's One-Eyed Fitz, as well as our Instagram, OEF White Noise. And while you're on Instagram, might as well follow our OEF Studios and our new show coming out, The Old Fashioned Pod. Feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you leave a comment, there's a good chance we will read it. Just like the couple comments we have this week. And who's the lucky winner? Who's the lucky... hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
We weren't prepared for this? Okay.
Well, it disappeared.
They deleted it as we were doing this.
Give me a second, I gotta get my story straight. Who sings that?
I don't fucking know.
It's fun.
Band.
Who sings it?
I don't know.
Let's just do this. Okay, there we go. Haha, cool. Alrighty.
Technical difficulties.
Here it is from our good friend Brett. Ready? Here it is. Ready? You guys ready?
Shut up, Brett.
I feel like I let Jacob down by liking Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was just waiting for him to say, I wasn't mad, just disappointed. Sorry, man. I'll do better.
I feel like I shit on Kenobi.
It is acceptable.
And then he said, I'll watch Spiderhead and run it past the Rotten Gems crew. You guys make it sound really good.
It really wasn't that bad. Like, then again, when you look at all the Rotten Gem movies, they're really not that bad.
Well, they're ones that you wouldn't. A lot of them are like ones you wouldn't think that are bad.
What was the Brendan Fraser movie he said was on there? Fuck, because I remember watching it and I thought it was so hilarious.
Journey to the Center.
It was one that I hadn't seen.
Yeah,
so
it was the one
remember.
where he makes he makes wishes with the devil.
I don't know. But like Jumanji, that one blows my mind.
He was in Jumanji?
Bedazzled.
No.
Oh, okay.
All the shows,
Bedazzled.
Dazzled, there you go.
all the movies that they review,
Jumanji was on the Rotten Gems?
certified rotten.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That just baffles my mind.
True.
Yeah, feel free to leave a comment, and we will, for a chance for it to be read on the next episode. And just want to have a formal apology for our lack of songs of the week. Sometimes we forget about them, and I'm sorry. So this week, we're giving you 3 songs of the week.
Let's go.
One from each of us. So, Gavin, what's your song?
Mine's going to be Stirred Up by Patti LaBelle.
Stir It Up by Patti LaBelle.
It was
Nice.
in Beverly Hills Cop, and that is where I heard it from, like a few months ago. And since I think it is my most listened to song, I legit played this song on repeat for like weeks.
By Patti LaBelle?
Yep.
All right. And then, Jacob, what is your song of the week?
My song is Hollow by LeBrock. Exactly how it sounds. Lebrock.
Hollow. Is that HOLLOW?
Hollow. Yes.
Okay, just making sure because I'm not seeing it. How do you spell LeBrock?
Exactly how it sounds.
Okay, there you go. Hollow by LeBrock. So
LeBrock.
Released
sure-
2021.
be sure to check that one out. And then my song, since I'm on a binge, I guess,
Of Elvis.
of Elvis,
Burn in Love.
is
Or
actually
it
going
Let's
to
Play
be
House?
Baby Let's Play
There
House
it is. I knew it.
by
Called it.
Elvis Presley.
Woo!
I really like that one. Like, I thought I liked Austin Butler's version better, but I definitely like Elvis's version better.
I think that tends to be the most.
You mean the
most
version?
people
Yeah.
say. I think most people.
Well,
prefer
it was
Elvis.
also the first song that introduced Austin Butler's Elvis in the movie. So, but I thought they were both great. I can't find a good, like, the audio on Spotify for the movie version is like the movie version, so you hear like the audience audio and stuff instead of like the isolated just the song. So I didn't like that about it. However, those are the 3 songs, and if you want to check out all our songs of the week, we actually have a Spotify playlist called White Noise Songs of the Week.
Creative name.
So you can go check that out and look at all the songs we've had over the past few months. White Noise Songs of the Week. We appreciate you for listening and tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week to find out who comes out triumphant, Gavan or the Grey Wolf. Make sure to vote on our Instagram Fridays or Saturdays, whenever it comes out. It's mostly Fridays. And appreciate you. And Gavan, do you have anything to say?
He's tired. He's a sleepy
All
boy.
right.
You gotta get my sleep before I fuck up this wolf.
So Jacob and I are going to go read Gavan a bedtime story and tuck him in, make sure he has a nice glass of milk.
Check under his bed.
Say night-night, Gav.
Night night.